Miami.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Literally. It's 6 p.m. here in Miami. It's like 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
No, in Brazil it's 1 in the afternoon. In Miami it's around 11. We're finishing our first day here and starting other affairs. We are going to finish some documents for the apartment. We're going to eat and we are going to do some shopping.
Yeah, but we already got cars that we pick up tomorrow.
Exactly.
We already
Phone
got a lot
numbers.
of things done to phone numbers, so we got local numbers. So yeah, it's been a busy day.
We finalized, well, we still have one step to do for the rental, but it feels it's easier than in Miami because we don't have a interview with the association. We just need to fill an application on the app of the building just to say that we are there, and then we submit the documents and they authorize us to go.
But I would say that you definitely need to know a local that you can trust, that can trust you, because we didn't have any reference or a bank account yet. We actually had to...
And continuing the vlog. Today is actually me in the future, because on this day I couldn't vlog anything else because we were in the mall doing shopping, and as you saw, the security guy asked us to start filming. But since we were talking about the process of renting a property here, I'm going to go through what we went through on this new process of renting a property here in Dubai. So if you are renting a long-term property here in Dubai, there is basically 2 contracts that you need to do. You need to do the regular tenancy contract, which is between you and the landlord, and also you need to do a contract called the Ejari, which is between you and the government, where you are basically telling the government that you are signing a property. The problem is that to do the Ejari, you need to have the Emirates ID. In our case, it took us about 3 weeks to get it, more or less, because the company was taking care of it. So we had to do the biometrics, and we had to do then just the biometrics and get it like a couple of days after. But when we are getting on that process on the vlog, I will come back to it. So regarding the apartment, it's very different from the US because we didn't have to go through a background check, we didn't have to go through a interview with association, you don't have those long periods. Right now I'm doing a closing in Miami that the association is already taking almost 30 days to do all the process. So here is much easier in that sense. And the other thing that is very, very different from US is that usually the contract, you set a price for the year, and some landlords, they charge you all at once. Some of them ask for 2 checks, some of them ask for 3 checks or 4 checks, depending how you negotiate with them. In our case, they offered us a price for 1 check, and we made a counter offer with paying a little bit higher, but with more payments, so that we are paying that property with 4 checks. So every trimester, every 3 months, we make a payment, and we actually had to give those checks. And since we didn't have a bank account, we asked for a friend here to give the checks, and now that we have a bank account, we're just going to exchange the checks. But other than that, the process is very simple. Also, because we didn't have the ID or the Ejari, the landlord was kind enough to put the utilities on his name at this moment, so we had to put a security deposit. And once we had the ID, which is now, we are changing the utilities to our name so that we get the security deposit back from the landlord and do that. If you are coming here for a short period of time, you don't have to do all of this because the landlord can do a rent where he takes care of everything. He will charge you a little bit more for that, and then you don't need to take care of Ejari, you don't need to take care of utilities. Probably he puts everything in the rent. One thing that I found that is very different from Miami or from America or for anywhere else is that the AC, which they call the chiller, has a different bill. There's a different company, which here is Emicool, that takes care only of the AC. So you have your electric bill and you have your AC bill. So it's 2 different things. So at this moment we are in the process of putting everything in our name. So other than that, we can say that we have been very blessed and lucky with the apartment, because some people take a month or two because they need to have all that paperwork, the JARI, the ID, done prior to do all the contracts. But in our case, we were lucky enough to have landlord that would accommodate us during this process, and we had friends that would help us with the check. But if you don't have it, the only thing that you're going to have to go through is doing an Airbnb for a month or two and then doing your property. So yeah, that's it. That was our first day looking for apartments and looking for, actually the first day was looking for apartment, the second day was looking for furniture. And stay tuned for the next days of the vlog in our life here in Dubai. And in April 1st, I should have the schedule of the vlog put together again, and then we are going to come back to one vlog a day. Until then, thank you very much.